Let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
Stop sucking!
That's the signal!
Go! 6!
It's beautiful!
Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Start your day with a jolt of energy and no-holds-barred opinions. This is The Rush, where Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bring you bold, unfiltered, and uncensored takes on sports, life, and everything in between. Buckle up and let's go.
Welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Happy Wednesday to you. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com and the Rush Radio Android app or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. If you're watching on YouTube this morning, hit that subscribe button. We'll go ahead and give this video a like and start leaving your comments in the comment section. And, of course, you can follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram. Good morning, Ross Peterson. What's going on there, buddy?
Not a whole lot, man. Going down a Russell Wilson rabbit hole this morning.
You know, it's weird. And somebody described the show the other day and compared us to Seinfeld, which I thought was a very good compliment. It's a show about sports, but it's really a show about nothing.
It's a show about nothing.
It's a show about nothing.
I love the coffee club thing that Abigail came up with a long time ago, man. It's a couple of buddies sitting here having a conversation, and we'd love to have you be a part of it. That's how we look at it.
We were just having random conversations, and he goes, hey, one thing I didn't see on your rundown, and yes, I do send a rundown every single day, like my branded
Look at his
sheets.
sheet. Like, I don't get that. Look at that. Look at that thing. It's such a cool sheet. I love it.
It's a show sheet.
I love it. I just get like an email with like bullet points.
And all I did is transcribe my show sheet. You know, I was using like tablet paper forever, and I thought, you know, I have a really good team of graphic artists that I work with, and I came up with this idea of how I would like to just a show sheet. And so I had one of my graphic artists make it up, and then I just went and had it print. I had like 400. They come in tablets, right? So I got tablets like that thick. So there's 100 sheets. I got 400 of them. It should last me, you know, over a year, and then I'll just do a reorder. But we were just talking about random things that we're going to get to today, and Ross goes, you know, one of those things I didn't see on your rundown was Russell Wilson getting benched. I go, and I'm like, well, I didn't know there'd be a big giant, you know, conversation here. But then I looked at him, I go, you know, where does Russell Wilson get compared? Because he's won a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers has won a Super Bowl. Now he hasn't had the wins and the completions that Aaron Rodgers has. But where do we put Russell Wilson in that quarterback world? But that started started Ross down this rabbit hole of because Ross goes, he's a weird dude. And I'm like, is he? And then you start going down the rabbit hole. You're like, this guy's amazing. This guy's amazing.
He's got an incredible history behind him.
A lineage.
Yeah, it's insane. His great-grandfather was a prisoner of war in the Civil War. His maternal grandfather was a famous painter. All of his grandparents were like university professors. It's an amazing lineage that this guy comes from. He was a 2-star recruit coming out of high school.
A 2-star recruit.
A 2-star recruit. Scouting rivals.
They went full like NC State went full Iowa with Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
They were able to take those 2 stars and make them 5 stars.
Committed to NC State in 2006 and then did get a football scholarship from Duke. Got drafted by the Rockies.
That's what people forget. That he was just as good a baseball player as he was a football player.
And his dad was also. His dad was a wide receiver for the Chargers and had played college baseball. So it's an insane lineage. Where does Russell Wilson get remembered, though?
I mean, he's going to be remembered a Seahawk, right?
Yes, and a Super Bowl champion. But are those the first things you think of when you think of Russell Wilson?
Yeah, believe it or not, no. And this is just my brain, right? Because Russell Wilson, to me, this is going way back, is like the start of the transfer portal. When grad transfers became a thing, and all of a sudden you're like, Russell Wilson could go pro in baseball, but he decided he's a grad transfer, and he goes from NC State to Wisconsin, and in that 1 year at Wisconsin, I believe leads the Badgers to the Big Ten championship, right?
Yeah, they beat Michigan State in 2011 under Bielema. So
and that's where my brain goes, because that was the first time a grad transfer made this big hit, and then all of a sudden the grad transfer essentially turns into the transfer portal, and we go down this transfer mess that we have in college sports. What do you remember? We're acting like his career's over. It's over.
It's not. Well, yeah, that's true. It is. He's not actually out of the league yet. But this is the end of it, right? I mean, losing your starting position to Jackson Dart, even if they come back to you, it's going to be on a temporary basis, because then they'll know that they need to get a fix at quarterback.
Yeah, because he goes from Seattle, goes to Denver, goes to Pittsburgh, goes to the Giants, and that's why you're kind of like, okay, where does Russell Wilson rank when it comes to quarterbacks?
Is he in that Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees? Because you're right, man. He doesn't belong in that Tom Brady,
Aaron Rodgers,
Brett Favre, and all those guys. I mean, there's gaps between those guys too. Yeah. But they can all be considered that in that greatest of all time conversation. Russell Wilson isn't in that.
I mean, that's a good question. A good quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Hall of Famer?
See, how about this? I never thought about this when we started talking about it, and Sam wrote this in. Russ, one of the few that actually played himself out of the Hall of Fame.
Ooh. Do you think so, or do bygones become bygones? And because we're working with recency bias.
Yeah.
For 9 years, essentially at Seattle, the dude was incredible. He was incredible for 9 seasons? And then Seattle had to make the decision to say, hey, you're probably not our guy. Wasn't an easy decision for Pete Carroll, if I remember correctly. And he goes to Denver, and it's downhill from there.
Dude, can I rattle off some of these stats for you and just tell me that this, I'm my initial instinct is probably with Sam, and I see a lot of people saying, nah, he's sure to being a Hall of Famer. Just listen to this for a second. And I agree with that, but I am convincing myself of the other side here quickly. He's a 10-time Pro Bowl quarterback.
10-time?
10-time Pro Bowl quarterback. Now, I know the Pro Bowl is not what it, but I do think that's indicative
but it's
something.
An honor. It's an honor. You're right. The Pro Bowl isn't. I mean, when we talk about Major League Baseball players, we always go, God, he was an 11-time All-Star.
Yeah.
We just did that with Clayton Kershaw, right?
Yeah. Super Bowl champion, Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, 10-time Pro Bowler. Now, here's where it starts to fall apart, though. He only led the league in passer rating one time. He only led the league in touchdowns one time. I don't know that his stats, I don't know, man. 46,000 passing yards, 353 touchdowns through the air. He ran for another 30 touchdowns. Hall of Famer, Russell Wilson?
So what you're saying is if he retires as a Seahawk after he gets released, he's a Hall of Famer. But because he's like many other quarterbacks who say, hey, my career's not over, and you ended up on essentially not very good teams.
Yeah.
I mean, the Broncos weren't very good. The Steelers weren't very good last year. The Giants definitely aren't very good.
Right.
You're gonna punish him because of that? I think as time goes on, you go back and look, boy, he was a 10-time Pro Bowler. He was a Walter Payton Man of the Year. He won a Super Bowl. 45,000 passing yards.
Charlie may have made the best argument for him to be in the Hall of Fame. The dude was banging Sierra.
That fair point. Fair point. I'll give that to you.
Just do a Google image search of that.
Yeah, he's got a lineage. Damn, I mean, dude. You go down Wikipedia. What'd you say his lineage is traced back to like 500 A.D.?
It's crazy. His Wikipedia page is one of the wildest Wikipedia pages of a professional athlete because it goes all the way. The stuff with his grandparents are incredible. His great-great-grandfather was enslaved to a Confederate colonel and was freed after the American Civil War. His paternal grandfather, by the way, I got to back up because his dad's name His dad has one of the greatest names of all time. Harrison Benjamin Wilson III. Harrison Benjamin Wilson III. So Harrison
It's an incredible name.
Yeah.
I mean, that's almost presidential-like, right? I mean, it'd be like... Whose portrait's in the White House? Well, that's President Harrison Benjamin Wilson III.
And when you hear this lineage, you will think there's a chance that these parents, when they had that baby, thought he could be the first black president because they were super achievers. His parents are Harrison Benjamin Wilson III, a lawyer, and Tammy Wilson, a nurse director. He has an older brother, Harrison IV. Wilson started playing football when he was young. His great-great-grandfather was enslaved by a Confederate colonel in the Civil War. His paternal grandfather, Harrison Wilson Jr., was the former president of Norfolk State University who played football and basketball at Kentucky State. His paternal grandmother, Anna Wilson, was on the faculty at Jackson State. His maternal grandfather was noted painter A.B. Jackson. Like, he comes from an incredible lineage. And then, Travis, he also studied at the ING Academy. That's where he got ready for the NFL draft.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. He went to IMG, and God, I just read it. Who he was with? He went to. I knew the guy's name. Darn it! I'm going to miss it now. Oh, here it is. Here it is. He went and studied at the IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida, prior to the draft. IMG Football Academy director Chris Wenke said that if he was 6'5", he'd have been the number one pick in the draft.
Chris Wenke, former Florida State quarterback. Not a Hall of Famer.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. Hall of Famer is a good one. I don't know that Russell Wilson qualifies for it. I want to think he does.
Again, it's recency bias to where we go, man, Russell Wilson's just not Russell Wilson. Guess what? Aaron Rodgers is an Aaron Rodgers. Peyton Manning, even though he won a Super Bowl his last year, wasn't Peyton Manning at the end, but he still won.
Yeah.
The guy won it at Seattle. Unfortunately, you just hang on too long, and people are like, oh, my God, get this guy off the field. He's horrible.
Somebody pointed out that Trent Dilfer's in the Hall of Fame. And I don't like those things where we go, well, if this guy is, then this guy should be.
Is Trent Dilfer in the Hall of Fame?
Somebody wrote that. I don't know. I'm just taking that. I'm like, do I have to go off the Sierra? I really want to just keep that page.
Yeah, I mean, the Sierra. Yeah,
I guess I'll do.
I mean, you got to bang Sierra.
Hall of Famer. I decided. Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Fame. Okay, if not, he's a Hall of Fame banger, right? I mean, at the end of the day, he's a Hall of Fame banger.
Hall of Fame banger. Right up there with Seal.
Yeah, you bag Heidi Klum, yes, you're a Hall of Famer.
Dude, and by the way, speaking of banging, I think Charlie Sheen lost. I'm not sure I can trust anything that he says anymore.
Really?
He's now claiming he's had sex with 47,000 women in his life.
No, well, okay, that's Wilt Chamberlain. He's going full Wilt Chamberlain, then, right? It's physically impossible to have sex with 47,000 people.
Especially because a good chunk of your life has been on camera.
Yes, you would have to.
You'd have to be constantly banging different chicks the entire time. And I'm not saying I'm not saying the guy didn't have sex with a ton of women, but to pull out a number of like, oh yeah, I've had sex with 47,000 women. That's when I go, oh, everything he says is exaggerated and full of shit. Okay.
So let's say 30 years. That's 10,950 days. 47.
Yeah, so you're banging 5 women a day?
No way.
5 different women a day? Now, I'm not saying you didn't have prostitutes and days where you had those orgies and things like that. Every day you're having sex with 5 different women? And if so, gross.
Like super gross.
Gross. You are disgusting. You have zero morals. You probably did have sex with that kid when that's gross. Gross.
Divided by 10,500. Yeah, five a day.
That's no.
It's
so
impossible.
Anyway,
Impossible.
Trent Dilfer. I don't see him in the Hall of Fame. Trent Dilfer's not in the Hall of Fame.
No, I
Shouldn't
think
be either.
the comment earlier was Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl because of defense.
Oh, I thought they said Hall of Fame. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Because when I said he was a Super Bowl quarterback, but Russell Wilson was better than Trent Dilfer.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to pull this up, because I thought that doesn't seem like a fair comparison. I thought he had a better career than Trent Dilfer, and indeed he did.
Yes.
Do you know where Trent Dilfer is right now, by the way? I didn't know this. He's the head coach at UAB?
Yes. Yep.
Not doing well.
No, not doing well at all. But because he's at UAB, we're not going to talk about the hot seat when it comes to Trent Dilfer. Because you're at UAB.
Yeah.
Now, the hot seat, of course, lit up in flames yesterday for Mike Gundy. We talked a lot about Mike Gundy yesterday, and this was before he got fired. And I think about 11 o'clock yesterday morning, I get a text from Ross that said, Gundy gone. And I went straight to ESPN.com, and it wasn't up there yet. So I had to go to X to find the gist of it. But Mike Gundy, the second longest tenured college football coach, or was, right behind Kirk Ferentz, was fired yesterday. And I'm surprised it didn't happen on Saturday. Are you surprised, Ross, that Oklahoma State let him have his Monday news conference, get up there and say, hey, I plan on being here, and unless somebody tells me I have to go? I mean, they could have. It's like they let him have his last word, but he didn't have a last word. And the timing of it was just a bit odd for me, when you probably should have done it after the game on Saturday against Tulsa. Either that, or you got to get your ducks in a row because you got to give them $15 million.
Can you help me out with the timing of that, Trav? How do you think that went down? Do you think is this after the game on Saturday they were making phone calls to raise the money, and it takes a couple of days? It takes a couple of days to secure the bag.
That, or let's be honest. Coaches have relationships, and they have relationships with donors, right? You got to make sure the donor base, and this is with any major university. If Beth Getz were to make a major change at Iowa, you kind of go, hey, here's what I'm thinking, and here's what I'm going to do. I would think Jamie Pollard probably has to do the same thing. Not that they would change their position, but just lay it out to say, hey, we're going to go in a different direction. I hope I can still count on your support, because you got to go to people with support. I mean, and I'll use Nebraska as an example. When they fired Frank Solich, they did not go to Tom Osborne and tell him that was going to happen. Now, remember, Tom Osborne picked Frank Solich to be his head coach. Frank made some changes with the coordinator position, was trying to make it right. And what ended up happening, Ross, is the downfall of Steve Peterson, the downfall of Bill Callahan, was Tom Osborne, behind the scenes, worked against the administration as it was starting to go downhill. And there became a division within former players, current players, and not saying you need Tom Osborne's. The fact that you didn't even let him know was the problem, right?
Okay, so back to the Gundy thing. How does that, because there's no Tom Osborne here. I mean, Mike Gundy was the guy that
he is the Tom Osborne.
Right, exactly. Not anymore.
No.
Mike Gundy's still a young guy. I mean, it was 18 years ago to the day. We know he's 58 years old, because it was 18 years ago to the day that he had the classic, I'm 40. I'm a man. Come after me.
So I think what happens is you go, okay, let's look at the contract. And because this season's not going to be good for Oklahoma State. I mean, you've already been blown out by Oregon. You got beat at home by Tulsa. You go to the contract and go, okay, we're going to owe him $15 million. There's no way to get out of that. You start figuring out, okay, where in the athletic budget are we going to get this money to pay $15 million? And then you go to your major donor base, your major influencers, and say, hey, for the long-term success of the program, we have to do this. And sure, we could let him finish out the year, but then that hurts recruiting, that hurts everything. And so you get your ducks in a row and you make it happen. I'm surprised they didn't do this after the Oregon game. Once they gave up, 60-some points to Oregon and only scored, 3? I thought they would have had their ducks in a row after the Oregon game, so you could do it right after Tulsa. So the timing of it surprises me that you let him have a Monday news conference and then you fire him on Tuesday. That's odd, but again, I don't work in the finances of Oklahoma State. It's the only thing I can put together.
Can we talk about the $18 million for a minute?
$15 million.
Don't give him I'm sorry, $15 million buyout. Just $5 million short of that $20 million figure that we've heard every college clutch their pearls about.
Yeah.
Every university has said, we have to pay the football team $20 million. What do we do? How do we do it? We're going bankrupt. We need your money. But when they want to fire a coach, they can raise $15 million in a weekend.
Now, here's what I don't know.
With no T. Boone Pickens, by the way.
What I don't know is, like when Scott Frost got fired at Nebraska, he was owed a certain lump sum right away. I don't know what his pay. So I don't know if it's spread out over the 3.5 years that he has on his contract. And that changes the dynamics a little bit, right?
Of that conversation. You're right.
Of that conversation. It changes the dynamics a little bit. But at the end of the day, you still have to come up with $15 million. And maybe they look at the line item on the Excel spreadsheet for the revenue. Well, that's coming out of the operating budget. This isn't coming out of the operating budget. This is coming out of the slush fund that we keep on the side for cases like this. The AD, which, by the way, the AD's been working without a contract. He's expected to get a 4-year contract and a raise, and maybe firing Mike Gundy is the reason he's going to get that. But, he talked about the long-term success of the program. And I want to go to something. I didn't play this yesterday, but this is Mike Gundy talking about the state of college football and what I think may have been his downfall. And it's going to be a lot of coaches' downfalls because we've seen it. Just hear what he has to say, and we'll have some comments right after it.
College football, as we all know, has changed in a very, very dramatic fashion, and it's really not the old college football. This is a paid game, okay? So whether I agree with it or not makes zero difference. It's like being in an argument with your wife and you know you're right. It makes zero difference. You're wrong. You might as well just get over it, give in. Things are going to be much smoother. So I'm just giving you that. At some point in my life, I will address a lot of things. But right now, my responsibility is our team and what I've been hired to do 21 years ago. And I am 100% all in on that. And that's what I will do based on the hand that we've all been dealt.
The hand we've all been dealt, what we're hearing there, the way I interpret that, is he never fully embraced NIL. He was never into the paying the players. Last year about this time, he said, listen, you don't get to come to me in the middle of the season and say, I want more money. You make an agreement before the season. You don't get to come after game 4 and say, I'm playing better than I thought I did. I need more money. And he's not wrong there. I mean, these things should be in place, right? But I think I don't think he loved the portal, even though he used it a lot this year. At the end of the day, if you don't have the stomach for paying players, going full in on NIL, you're just going to get left behind. It's the state of and Oklahoma State kind of note to any coach that takes this job. Oklahoma State has essentially said they expect to compete for national championships. I mean, this is the way it is. I'm with you. You give that look.
Listen, I wish that was what Beth Getz would say, right? I mean, as a Hawkeye fan, I wish the expectation were, hey, we're going to be the best.
Yes.
Now, if Beth Getz came out today and said, our expectation for Kirk Ferentz is to win the national title, I'd do the same thing. I'd go, ooh. Oh, well, get ready for disappointment and failure because you're not going to do that. And at Oklahoma State, we've talked about, you are a long ways away. And maybe as you say this, Travis, Mike Gundy was obviously in the way of them getting there. It's a new world. You got to play the game the way Kirk Ferentz has done it. Hats off to Kirk Ferentz. He's done an amazing job of adapting to this new world and releasing some of that control that he had for a long time to say, all right, I get it. The world's changing. Get me the guys I need to compete.
Now, I don't think he loves it.
I'm with you, but he's jumped in with both feet.
Yes.
And Mike Gundy obviously hasn't. So if you get a situation like a coach that you obviously have to, in 2025, going forward, you have to have a coach that embraces this new world and races into it.
You know, I emceed a thing the other night with Greg McDermott, Dana Altman, and Dana's first thing when he talked about recruiting, he goes, it's just changed so much. And he goes, it used to be about building relationships. We've heard Dan McCarney talk about it. We've heard a lot of coaches talk about it. He goes, now you just pay them. He goes, and there's still a relationship part, but the truth is all these kids have agents, and if you're way off the number, they're not coming because it's about the number more than it is about the relationship now. Whether that's right or wrong.
And I say that's right. I say that's right. My cynical take on it would be this. That relationship thing got manipulated. It got corrupted because it was all an unfair system. And this, again, rehashing a lot of stuff that the Supreme Court has already said. It was an illegal system. And so those like this thing of, it was all about the relationships because it was a scam. It was a con. You guys all worked together behind the scenes to price fix the incoming talent. And so then it was about all these other things that you guys would maneuver into it. And I agree, Travis. I look at Dan McCartney, I see those relationships, and I go, that's very real.
Okay, here's another case where I think two things can be right at the same time. If you're vying for a guy and where relationships should matter, or maybe your gut feeling, if you're a college kid and somebody's $100,000 off, say, let's use $1 million as the number. Let's just use that as the benchmark, right? But let's say one team has, hey, we can give you $1 million. Another team says, God, we got $900,000. And in your gut, and you like that coach better for $900,000, I would hope
you do that.
Yeah, I'd hope you do that. But you have an agent going,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
in real estate, Travis, there are times you get multiple offers on a property, right?
Yeah.
And they all come with different little contingencies. They all come with different factors in it. And sometimes you do that. Sometimes you go through it and you go, all right, this one is actually going to net you a little bit more, but there are some hurdles that they've built in here that might cause this number to change. This offer over here is a cash offer. It's going to close in 2 weeks. It's basically a guaranteed thing.
Oh, well, I just did that with my mom's house, right?
Exactly.
We had the cash offer, and we had another offer that was more. However, they were like, he flat out told us, I'm gonna uncover everything and make you pay for it. I'm like,
gonna do an inspection.
I don't want to do all that stuff.
Exactly right.
You
might end up with a lower net gain after doing that, going through those hurdles, than you would just taking the straight shot to get to what you want. And so that there are times I can absolutely see an agent saying to a kid, hey, you should take this more money. And you know why they do that? Because that's
they
their
get paid
commission.
more.
Exactly.
Yes.
They're
They
not
get paid
looking
more.
out for the client.
Yeah. Because you may go, God, I like this coach. He's probably going to develop me more. But, God, $100,000, and it's a lot of money. I'm not saying it's not. But when you're talking $1 million or $900,000, and what's your bigger payoff? If you think you like a coach better and he's going to develop you better, that's going to get you to the NFL or going to get you to the NBA. The payoff should really be at the end. We're like, okay, I'm set up for a long professional career. But I don't think Mike Gundy had this. And he even said it. He goes, at some point in my life, I'm going to talk about all this stuff. Well, hopefully that comes sooner now that he doesn't have a job. But he also has to be careful because if he wants to coach again.
That's what I was going to ask you. 58.
That's young.
It is young, man. And he's a competitive, passionate guy. Loves him some college football. Wait, does he love college football?
That's a good question. I think you love college football. The ideal of college football. I think you like the pageantry. I think you like the tenets of it. Because as much as it's changed with the transfer portal, as much as it's changed with money, I still believe there's something unique about college football. I really, really do. Over the NFL. I understand the NFL is number one in the world. I understand people love the National Football League. However, there is something when they fly over, Kinnick Stadium or Jack Trice Stadium, at the beginning of a game, and you see everybody in their colors. It's friggin' awesome. And there is something unique about it. But if Mike Gundy coaches again, I would be surprised if it's a Power 5 school, unless he's totally willing to change his philosophy when it comes to NIL. You know, and you heard the athletic director say, hey, listen, we invested a lot this year, and we're not getting the results. Did you just hear that? We invested a lot this year and didn't get the results, meaning you don't get 2 or 3 years to turn this thing around.
There's no long leash anymore.
No long. I mean, Deshaun Foster was fired after a year and a half. And they expect they're not expecting national championships next year, but they probably expecting a winning record. Because you look at Indiana, who Iowa has this week, and you're like, well, if Indiana can do it, we can do it.
I know we got to get to a break here so we can chat about some fun stuff coming up, but real quickly about Mike Gundy also, Trav. This is an institution at an institution. The guy was the quarterback for that team when Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas were in the backfield. He started his coaching career there back in the 80s. He's only had a few years of his entire career where he wasn't at Oklahoma State, either as a player, an assistant, or as a head coach. And those were 1 year at Baylor and a few years at Maryland back 26 years ago. I think it's going to be really hard for him. I bet my guess right now is Mike Gundy's probably not a coach for a couple years. Maybe he gets in a booth. Wouldn't he be good in a booth?
I think he would be good on a set, like one of those college games.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Bring the mullet up, and because he doesn't hold back,
and he just goes crazy on people.
And he's done crazy things. I mean, he's been a good promoter. I mean, he's participated in crazy ad campaigns. He seems to have a good sense of humor. I think he would be great on television, and he might go, you know what? I can make a lot of money and do little work just to talk about something I know about. 515-517-2303. When we come back, we're talking Jeeps. Ross' favorite subject, Jeeps. When we come back on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vent, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
There's more Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza. The patio is open and ready for you, your friends, and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening this summer at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know. High-quality stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig Plantation Rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah.
Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquor is home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the Wooden Nickel program.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
After Hawkeye football games this fall, Travis and Ross are right where they belong, with you taking your calls and giving unfiltered feedback. Right after Hawkeye football games, it's the Black and Gold Rush on therushradio.com, the TuneIn app, and on YouTube.
The end of summer means back-to-school shopping, new clothes, and school supplies. It also means the start of fall with all the incoming rain, rough roads, and eventual snow. For the month of September, we are offering a buy three, get one for $1 on select tires, $10 off all wiper blades, and $25 off installs of new batteries. Tackle the seasons without hurting your pocketbook. Give us a call or schedule online at willisinfinity.com.
The best bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bakery, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking them. Find us at the downtown Des Moines Farmers Market every Saturday.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The truth is, nobody has more Rush Radio Show merch than Mick Smeltzer. Mick has been a friend of the show for many, many years, and the dude is a big Rush Radio Show supporter. And if you want to join Mick in your support of the Rush Radio Show, just go to therushradio.com. Click on the merch tab. You can find our sweatshirts, our T-shirts, all sorts of good stuff. The new Roster Baiter shirt is up. If you want to be a Morning Rush Roster Baiter, you can have that. But not only is he passionate about the Rush Radio Show, he's passionate about Jeeps. And Ross is passionate about Jeeps as well. And, Mick, what the hell's wrong with your camera?
Oh, it's all fuzzy.
You clean that thing?
You're okay, Mick.
You're
it's
okay,
all right, buddy.
You're,
How you
you're
doing,
okay,
man?
Good. Glad to see you guys.
Yeah,
well, we can't see you,
I'd
but
like to say
that's
the same.
fine. Yeah, I wish we could see you.
There's Lisa. Lisa's trying to help.
Yeah, it's all right.
Hopefully, you can see the flag up in the background.
We can't. A little bit. A little bit.
Camera.
Hey, Lisa.
He's like, what the hell's wrong with the camera? Well, when you use a laptop from 1989, it's the first generation Dell is what we have. No, it's an old Gateway computer out of Sioux City that had like the first generation camera on the thing. Don't worry about it, man.
Used mine.
Yeah, actually, it's a Dell, but it's 4 or 5 years old. But
Charlie says you're using the reverse camera on the Jeep. That's what I like. That I like that.
There we go. Yeah. Yep.
Mick and Lisa have been, as you said, Travis, man, they've literally been the flag bearers for us. I saw you guys in the Puffer Billy
I
Parade.
tried to get him to go outside and put flubber as our background. He wouldn't do it.
That would have
been good. That would have been good.
You had the giant rubber ducky on top of flubber for the Puffer Billy Parade, and you had the Rush flag flying. And we greatly appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. We been a long supporter of this show ever since it started. So we always want to fly the flag for you guys.
Well, we want to help you guys out too, Trav. That's why we got him on, right?
But yeah, before we get into what you're on for today, because there is actually a purpose to having you on, we did have one question, and that is, on Flubber, you have a tire cover that says the Rush Radio Show. People want to know if that's just the flag covering it up or if that's actually a wheel cover.
No, that's actually this flag that's in my background.
Okay.
We zip tie or bungee cord it to the back, and it does look like a tire cover, but it's not.
It did. Okay, that's what I thought too. I tried to the same thing. I'm like, he had a tire cover made. Look at this
I'm like,
guy.
damn,
Jeez.
that's investment.
Somebody asked if you have the protective film over the lens.
No,
it's
it
all
would
right.
get crashed.
It would be trashed.
He's going to go spend, $1,000 on a new.
Don't do that. This is just fine. Just fine.
So the reason you're on with us today is because every year you're a big, you participate in the big Jeep show or big Jeep weekend. So what exactly do you have coming up this weekend?
So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we've expanded one day. We're in Friday now, September 26th through the 28th. We're having the All Iowa Breeds Jeep Show and 4x4 event. Now, it's not just for Jeeps. It's for like Land Cruisers. Travis, go out and buy that Defender. You can bring it and wheel it.
Yeah. Well, and this thing has like air shocks on it that I can take it up like an extra 4 inches. And I'm like, I don't know what I'd use that for because I don't have the balls you do. I don't have the balls you do, Mick, because or is it Lisa who has the balls that is really goes over the rocks and stuff?
Well, Lisa does do most of the driving on our 4x4 trip, so she's the wheeler
right here, brother.
I love that, Lisa. That's very cool. I didn't know. I mean, I knew that you were a Jeep girl before you even met Mick. Is that how you guys met, by the way?
Yes, it is. We met through the Iowa Jeep Club.
That's great. That's cool.
Yeah, it is. Yep. No, we share the same passion.
So where is this year's event?
It's in Garwin, Iowa, at the Oak Ridge MX track. And you can Google that and find it on Google Maps. It's 280th Street, Garwood. So it's basically just north of 30, about 2 miles west of Meskwaki. And then it's out in the country it's about 2 miles north of Highway 30.
Now, if people don't have a 4x4 or a Jeep, can they still go and just be spectators? And is it kind of like a car show as well? I mean, I'm sure you have 4x4 stuff, but can people just go admire the cars or the 4x4s?
Yes. Now, Saturday morning is dedicated till noon. It's dedicated to the car show portion where everybody brings their 4x4s, Jeeps, and they have different classes and they get judged. And it's kind of our show and shine of the thing. Now our track will open up on Friday at around a little afternoon, run till 5. That night there's campsites on site. So, and that night there's a campfire and movie. We have a big inflatable movie screen, and that'll be also Saturday night. They'll show a movie after the show too. So Saturday morning's dedicated to the car show. Then after that, the track opens up. And you can wheel and run around that track as many times as you want.
I did some quick Googling, Mick, and I found a YouTube video from last year at the Garwin MX, at the Oak Ridge MX track. They had something similar to this last year. Were you there for that one?
Yes, that was our first year in Garwin.
Dude, what's this yellow? There's this yellow like bus looking thing. They call it the Pinsgar. Do you know?
Yes. Yes,
dude,
that's our friend, one of our Jeep Club members, Steve. He runs Skunk River Restorations. He has, his car collection fills up a great big machine shed. He has all that unique stuff like that. He's actually has 2 or 3 Defenders there, Trav. And
there you go. Everybody's trying to talk me. It's not talking me into the Defender. It's talking my wife into the Defender. And sitting there going, what's the payment on this thing? I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I would prefer to see you in a Jeep, but Defender is the next best thing.
I got to be honest with you. I went and drove a Jeep about a month ago. I didn't like it. I didn't like the ride.
Yeah, if you're going to use it for a lot of, with your family being down south and doing a lot of driving, the Jeep is probably not the most ideal vehicle just because of the ride.
Yeah, but it was a little rough.
But you can take that top off and the wind can blow through your head.
Take my top off. Oh, okay. Yeah, you mean the rooftop.
Carrie's got it right. Just get a Wrangler and enjoy life. That's it. Have a blast. That's what happens. When you get a Wrangler, all of a sudden you're like, oh, life's fun.
And then it just blows up.
Well, if you don't treat it right.
So, back to the show here. Now, Friday, we have something new. We're going to have some Jeep contest, driving events. And one of them is going to be, you're going to push a 8-foot beach ball, kind of like us playing soccer, and go through a goal.
This sounds like a demolition derby to me.
Well, it'll be done in a safe manner. It's something new we're trying, so we'll see how it goes. But it should be a lot of fun.
Damn. So you guys have made a weekend. Now, are you the organizer of this, or are you just like the public relations spokesman for this?
I'm kind of the public relations spokesman. There's a big team from the Iowa Jeep Club and some other people that all in on organizing this. I actually will not be there till Sunday because Saturday night we're going to Eric Church.
Of course
at
you
the
are.
Casey Center.
Yeah. Good for you, Mick. That's great.
Mick is a big lover of live music. I've learned that. I mean, he was following Old Dominion around for a little bit. I know you go to like every Eric Church show. Were you at Jason Aldean last week at the Casey Center?
We did not go to Jason Aldean, but our biggest one this year was the Sphere, Kenny Chesney in Vegas.
Oh, wow. I'm going to be there in a couple weeks, Mick. Is it amazing?
It is. Inside it's incredible. Go try to see a show there.
Well, we're going to go see The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, no, that'll be cool. That'll be cool.
All right. I'll let
so
you know.
you have a couple of, and I want this to be a call-in. I do. I want this to be a call-in because I like people to call the show just to make sure my phone lines work. But you have a couple of tickets to give away to this event, right?
Correct. Yep, we have 2 spectator tickets to give away. And I should go through the pricing on the event because to get your vehicle in on the obstacle course, the show and shine, and basically covers all weekends, $50. That'll get you on the course all 3 days. And then so if you don't want to do the course, and if you're kind of like Travis and kind of scared and all that, $20 will get you in the show and shine and get you in the stuff. Spectators and passengers are $10 each.
Okay. That's an affordable weekend. And then I'm sure camping. Does that include camping, or do you got to pay for your camping spot?
Camping's $20 a spot.
Okay. For the weekend or for a night?
For the weekend.
Okay. That's cheap.
So,
that's really
so
cheap.
it's primitive camping. There's no hookups or anything like that.
There
are porta potties and stuff, but and like I said, each night, Friday and Saturday, they're going to show a movie in the campground.
Got live music? Oh, so you're doing a movie, not live. I thought you guys would be doing the live music.
We've never tried to do live music, but I don't know. Maybe something in the future we'll have Owen Justice come out and play.
You have to run that through him, but he would play to a Jeep crowd, I think.
Mick, before we let you go, I have one other question for you and Lisa, because you guys have both been doing this a long time, and I'd like you to be as honest with me as you can. How much does this end up costing you in maintenance on your Jeeps when you guys go off-road and do the like this thing that you're going to do this weekend? I know you're not going to go out there and go 60 miles an hour over jumps and stuff, but I'm watching this video and I'm seeing guys that are getting stuck. They're getting tree roots shoved through the bottom of the car. There's all sorts of things. When you go out and do this, what do you usually plan for like maintenance and repairs?
Oh, it can run $2,000-$3,000 after some of our. Last year we went to Colorado. We had to replace the rear end.
That was $5,000.
Yeah, $5,000. So, no, it's an expensive hobby. But you always look for it to upgrade your Jeep as you replace things. You put bigger and better and badder stuff in it.
I was climbing a wall, and
she was climbing a wall.
Of course she was.
All right, so
I love it, guys.
515-517-2303. Give the trivia question that you want people to answer before we let you go.
Of course I was.
and then we'll start taking those phone calls if you want to go to the Jeep show. Go ahead and give that question, Mick.
All right, so the Jeep grill has 7 slots. What do them 7 slots represent?
What?
Ross. His face.
Yes,
I
Ross.
Know the answer.
A Jeep grill has 7 slots. What do them 7 slots represent?
I had no idea. I have no idea.
I do.
You know what
I know
it
the
is?
answer.
No
well,
kidding.
because he sent it to me because we're giving away the tickets. I would have never. I would have never known this.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know that each Jeep had the same number of slots.
Yeah, all Jeep grills have 7 slots.
Does that
go out
and disappointed in you?
Go out and check your Grand Cherokee. It'll have 7 slots.
That's what I was going to ask. The Grand Cherokee has it too.
Yeah, no, they all have 7 slots.
And do all Jeep Wranglers have round headlights?
So they do now. Now, there was a time when the Wrangler had a square headlight, and I want to believe that's what you had.
It was.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you had like the Mustang that nobody remembered from like 1989.
Yeah, right. The Mustang that was the coupe.
So Ross's version of the Jeep was called the YJ.
Yep.
Yep.
And we have one of those.
Yep. We have a YJ. We have a 1990 YJ. We have a 2000 TJ, which is the next version from the YJ. Has the round headlights and went to coil suspension.
All right.
Everything.
Go ahead.
Everything before the TJ with the coil suspension was leaf sprung. So you lifted it with a leaf.
Okay.
So 515-517-2303 if you want to go to the Jeep show. And Mick, whoever the winner is, I'll get you their information so you can get a hold of them. The answers have been coming in the chat, but I don't want them in the chat. I want them by a phone call. And you can use them one day. You can use them all 3 days. But again, you get 2 free passes to the Jeep show. So, Mick, get a new camera. You got a great microphone. Your camera sucks. But thanks for joining us this morning, buddy.
You bet. I'm glad to be on, and I love what you guys do. Love this new format. It's awesome. Love the chat on YouTube. I love it.
Thanks a lot,
Excellent.
buddy.
Thanks,
Bye,
buddy.
Lisa. Good to see you.
See you, Lisa. Well, we can't see you, but you look.
I see her.
Yeah.
See you later.
Guys.
Bye,
See ya.
guys.
Bye.
Good stuff from Mick. That's a bad camera, though. That's bad.
It's just something. There's just something. I think there was something over it, or I mean, but anyway, no
because
big
it's
deal.
in
Got
the
to hear him,
shop, and you know how much dust is in a shop? A
that
lot.
Could be. Yeah.
And after several years, it like gets caked on, and then gets hot in the shop, and it just bakes on there.
A lot of people were referencing like, man, looks like Ray's hanging out over there. And then Ray even wrote, "Oh yeah, I've been in rooms that look like that."
Ray wakes up and it looks like that because he's waking and baking, and he's like, "Well, I can't see anything. See through the smoke."
Ray goes like this.
What's all that smoke? Why is it so cloudy in here?
We should get Ray a link, and he can just,
No, bad idea.
No.
Bad idea.
Bad idea? Just have him
The only way
light
it
a
would
bowl?
be good, the only way it would make sense is if we could somehow have Ray in like a floating bubble that moved around the screen. That would be the only thing that would make sense.
Make a lot of sense. But again, if you want to go to the Jeep show, 515-517-2303. We'll get your information. We'll get you set up. And if you know the answer, the right answer has been in the chat.
Okay, I think I saw it then.
Yeah, but you know, you got to call in to win.
It stands for the 7 types of swingers in Florida. That's what Mike says.
Is that what it was? I believe so. You've got the
just gave it away. Sorry.
Yeah.
I do feel bad, dude. We went to the break there at 6:30, and I felt I had a bit of like remorse because you did put together an entire show's rundown today.
I did.
Topical stuff that you wanted to talk about. You didn't have Russell Wilson on there because you're like, well, we don't really talk about. And then I spent the entire first segment talking about Russell Wilson.
But that was a good conversation. And then we got to Mike Gundy.
Yeah, but now at 6:30 when we took the break, I'm like, oh, we have like 3 interviews today.
Oh yeah, because
we're going to get to any of that stuff you planned.
Oh, we'll get to a lot of it.
Okay,
because Coach Hersom is going to join us from Bethpage. The Ryder Cup is underway in New York. Bethpage Black, and we're going to be live on the course this morning. I mean, anytime you get a correspondent to go live on the course, that's really cool. But I want to show you this from last night, Ross. I don't know if you saw it. David Fry for the Indians, 99 miles an hour, boom, right in the face. Right in the face. When you squared a bunt, that's always the bunt seems like the safe move, but if you foul tip it, you don't know where it's going to go. He took it 99 miles an hour straight to the face. You can see everybody was upset about it. The the Guardians, old habits are hard to die, were down at the time, actually came back to beat the Tigers. And tie the Tigers in the AL Central, but that was a scary moment. You're kind of sitting back in your chair looking at this going, man.
Yeah, he got up, he got on the cart, and that's a good sign that he wasn't unconscious or anything like that. I mean, Yeah, dude. If you feel bad for everybody involved, look at the pitcher. Look at that right there. That reaction.
let me
if
go.
You're not watching it.
Here it is again.
As soon as that ball makes contact, the pitcher has a visceral reaction to it. He has this. You can tell that's gonna live with him for a while. Travis, have you ever been at a game where like a comebacker hit a kid in the face, hit a pitcher, or I've never seen anything like this where a guy gets hit in the face by a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. But I have seen that comebacker hit a pitcher. It ruins the day. It is like everybody that's there. You see that reaction of, oh man, that's not supposed to happen. The pitcher very obviously didn't mean to do it.
No, because it was a foul tip. I mean, you squared.
I didn't even realize that. It does.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And if you don't hit square with that bunt, man, you're going to face some serious problems. Boom. Think he needs dental work today?
Well, it depends on. It all depends on where exactly it hit. Probably hit him right in the teeth.
Yeah, hit him right square in the mouth. Right square in the mouth. And I think it affected the Tigers. They were up, and hell, that pitcher won the Cy Young last year, and he went in the tank. The Tigers went in the tank. I think mentally that does something to your head. You're like, you want to stay focused. You want to stay geared in, but man,
you can't.
You can't. And it's kind of a good sign. You know what it says? You're human. It says, and you can see the reactions. You're human.
Didn't mean to do it, and that's a good way to put it, Trav. Yeah, like that.
But there was a lot on that game last night, and now those two teams are tied in the AL Central, and but just a scary moment. One other thing that's coming up in Major League Baseball, and we'll get to this real quick. It's official now. The balls and strikes challenge using the ABS system will become rule of law starting the 2026 season, Ross. We saw it in spring training, and I liked it. And I like what they're doing here. Each team gets 2 challenges a game. If you succeed on your challenge, you get to keep your challenge. I think that's I like the fact that you don't get to challenge everything. Yep. There's a limit. So you want to make sure, and it doesn't get to come from the dugout. It either has to come from the pitcher, the catcher, or the batter. And all you do is tap your head and say, go look at it. Do you not like that? You don't like that aspect of it? Because they want it to be instantaneous. They don't want you to throw it back and then, hey, go challenge it. And I get that part of it. But I think you and I have watched enough baseball that pitchers, catchers, and hitters have a pretty good idea of what that zone is.
They know. It's
They know.
wild how good their eyes are. Wild. Okay, so my thought on it, Travis, is we're going to this process to eliminate the mistakes. Not limit the mistakes, to eliminate the human error of it. I guess there's a part of me that says it should call the balls and strikes. It should call the balls and strikes 100% of the time. It can be 100% accurate. There doesn't need to be a challenge. Maybe and then I lose my challenge, or did I get it right because they were wrong? The technology is right there in front of us to say there's a gamma ray, and if the ball goes through that, it's a strike. If a ball goes over the plate between your knees and nipples, it's a strike.
Hear me out.
Hear
me out.
Okay, go ahead.
And I learned this from reading the book Team of Rivals. Team of Rivals was a book about Abraham Lincoln, his ascension, and his presidency. It's a big book. It's a long listen. I listened to it on Audible. It was like 40 hours long. Wow. But what I learned about Abraham Lincoln there is he knew the changes he wanted to make, but he also knew that changes immediately disrupt the system and people can't get on board. And so
right.
what I think you're seeing here, Ross, is they've been playing with this for a while. They finally get into spring training. Then you go, okay, we're going to bring these rules into Major League Baseball. Then once you become more comfortable with it, 3-4 years down the road, you may say, hey, let's just have it call every year because you become more comfortable with it. You
look what they've done with all this stuff. The pitch clock started in the minors, and they're like, well, maybe. And we're all like, well, they're going to do it. The Abraham Lincoln does.
Yes, and that is, if you want something right now, it's too big of a shock to the system. We don't like change in massive doses. It's got to be, you have to become immune to what you have, and then when you really want to get to the end goal, you're pretty much prepared for it. College football didn't get to do that with pay. I mean, we went from zero pay to pay, and people are like,
and that's
what's
why
going on?
That's why it's been people couldn't adjust to it. People think we're seeing the death of college sports.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of hyperbole and scare tactics out there.
And I think, we talked about Russell Wilson earlier with the grad transfer. I think even though people may not have liked it, they were okay with the transfer portal. But once you threw money in there right away, then that's when the transfer portal became this nasty thing, because it became, all you're doing is
pay for play
and tampering.
Yeah.
And so you never got that buildup. 515-517-2303. We'll take a break. When we come back, Coach Herson will join us live from Bethpage Black on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
You've got enough on your plate, so when it's time to reset, grab a Fresca. Bold citrus, zero sugar, zero caffeine. Just clean, crisp refreshment that never goes out of style, whether it's post-work, post-gym, or just a break from the noise. Fresca's got your back. Pick up a Fresca at your local retailer today.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vents, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
School is back and summer vacation is over. With a year of school activities and drop-offs ahead, your tires are going to be working as hard as their students. Staying on top of regular maintenance like tire rotate, balance, and alignment is key to increasing the life and performance of your tires. And right now, we are offering a back-to-school special $199.95 tire rotate, balance, and alignment to help you stay rolling. So give us a call or schedule online at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
After Hawkeye football games this fall, Travis and Ross are right where they belong, with you taking your calls and giving unfiltered feedback. Right after Hawkeye football games, it's the Black and Gold Rush on the RushRadio.com, the TuneIn app, and on YouTube.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know, high quality stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig Plantation Rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah.
Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquor is home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the Wooden Nickel program.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Oh, what's that? There we go. Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, hour number 2, powered by Willis Automotive. If you're listening on the audio stream, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, give this video a like. Also, subscribe to the channel. And you can follow us on our social media platforms. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson. Quick reminder that here in Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Corn benefits the entire state. It feeds our livestock, nourishes our family, and provides homegrown, clean-burning, unleaded 88 for our vehicles. Pump it up with unleaded 88. Go to iowacorn.org for more. Big golf event coming up. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called the Ryder Cup. coming up this weekend, and this is international competition. It's us against USA against Europe. You fired
us versus
up
them.
Us versus them. That's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. And joining us live from Bethpage Black, you hear him every once in a while on this show. Coach Hersom, man, look at that sand trap behind you,
dude.
It's
kind of a good size one.
Wow.
Hole number 11.
Hole number 11 at Bethpage Black. Ryder Cup gets started. You're already on the course working, Coach.
Yeah, I've actually been out here for 3 days. I was out here on Monday when there was not spectators, but the teams are still practicing. And then yesterday, of course, and then today. It really gets rolling today. It's when the chalets all open up, and the number of people that get on the course each day just keeps rising. So,
can we go back to like Monday though, Coach? So like, do you guys do your bosses kind of do like an orientation and a walkthrough of what your job is actually going to be, or how does this work?
They actually did an on-site training like a week or so ago, but I contacted my bosses and said, hey, this ain't my first rodeo. I've done it a few times. So I'm coming in from Iowa, drove out here. I got here on Sunday, picked up my stuff, if you will, and then Monday just was out doing the job, which if knock on wood, contestant evacuation, if all goes well, I don't have to do anything but watch golf.
So, and that's what I was going to ask you. So, do you know what hole you're going to be stationed at? And do you?
I'm basically right here this morning, and there actually is golfers out. There's the Celebrity All-Star match. So right now, Colin Jost and Eli Manning are up 1 over Tony Kukoc and Brooklyn Beckham, who I assume is one of the Spice Girls. I don't know. The next group is Miranda Lambert. Michael Strahan is up against Catherine Zeta-Jones and Paul Gasol.
Hey, tell Catherine I said hello.
I will.
Thank you.
The last 8 guys, the last 8 people, I don't really know who they are, except one says John McEnroe, and I hope it's the John McEnroe. So.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So is this one of the? So you're just going to sit and watch golf, but this really is. I mean, when it comes to golf and international competition, this is. I mean, the Ryder Cup. This might be more famous than the majors. I'm sure. I really think. I know the Masters has been. And the Masters is the most famous, but the Ryder Cup, is this the second most important?
I think it's just different. I've worked 19 PGA, or I've been to 19 PGA championships, worked 14 of them. This is my 3rd Ryder Cup. It's just a different vibe. I mean, there'll be 10, 15,000 people from Europe over here. And hole number 1 on Friday morning will be insane. I plan on having a pretty good seat for the tee off because, there'll be people sitting there 2 hours before tee time.
So when it comes to courses, you mentioned you've covered 19 PGA championships. You're at Bethpage Black. What is this course like, and where does it rank on the courses that you've seen?
I mean, it's obviously difficult. What's crazy is the Americans get to set up the course up until Sunday, and then they have to turn it over to a mutual thing, so they can set up the course. It's long for sure. I mean, there's no question. But they're not using the back tees on all the holes. I think there's at least 5 holes where they're not using the back tees, including number 1. But the main reason on number 1 they're not is because they put grandstands on the back tees. So it's just like I said, it's difficult for sure. I mean, it'd be fun to play it, I think. Maybe.
It could be longer. Wow.
Yeah.
So one of the things we're going to be watching, of course, it's that international competition. But Bryson DeChambeau is the lone-lived golfer. Have you seen Bryson yet? And are you going to kind of follow what the chemistry is between Bryson DeChambeau and the rest of those teammates?
Yeah, I'm interested to see who they'll pair him with. They played in groups of 4 the last couple of days, and I'll be honest, I can't remember everybody that was in his group. So Keegan said that, the groups of 4 that we're sending out, that should give you a bit of indication who we're thinking about pairing together. Obviously, at any session, they sit 4 guys, so only 8 play, even though there's 12 on the team. And then the next session, they might get to, pull 2, put 2 more in, however it works. And then on Sunday, it's the singles matches, and all 12 guys go out. It's I think Bryson has really, in my opinion, I think he's really kind of recovered his image with his YouTube stuff and everything he's done. And I'm not going to speak for him and say that he regrets going where he went. I'm sure his pocketbook doesn't regret going where he went, but at the same time, I think he's still popular. I mean, going to the last couple of PGA championships, people really root for him. Whereas I've definitely seen a change in the Phil thing that it used to be, and now it's just basically like, hey, there's that guy. So
yeah. Do you so? A lot of people are asking, Bryson going to be able to drive number one? Yes.
So the way it's set up, and it's crazy. If you look at this hole, I mean, I'll have to send you guys a picture or whatever, because it's a dog leg. Well, I can. I'm on 11. It's a half a mile. It's a mile away.
Okay, I thought you were on one.
In that direction.
It's literally a mile away. No, it's a dogleg right, but there's all trees on the right, and I watched the Europeans tee off on it yesterday, and most of them were trying to cut the corner. They go over the trees for sure, but if you take the right angle, which could be a dangerous angle, you can go at the green. Although there's probably only between Rory, Bryson, Cam Young, there's not many guys that could probably get there with that shot.
Man, all right, do give it. Just kind of go off camera. I do want to see the course, though. I mean,
okay,
yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, there's the leaderboard.
Yeah, that's all the people. They got all kinds of stuff here. This is kind of a unique place. Oh, sorry, I'm probably going too fast. I mean, so this is hole 9 and 10. So hole 9 is basically what you're looking at now, the green, and then 10 is right there. Right through those trees is where 7 is at. 8's a little par 3 coming back. So it's a unique course for sure.
Have you ever played that course, Coach?
I have not. You can play it. It's a public course. I was talking to a guy yesterday that said literally he's a senior and he can play it for $55.
Holy cow!
Yeah. Now you got to book a tee time like 3 months in advance or whatever. But outside of that, it's out of state fee. I think he said you could play it for about $150. So, which is, once again, that's real reasonable.
Yeah. Here's the good news. I'm a senior now. I am a senior, so I can go play it for $150. All right, who's the favorite? Is there? I know this gets, and they always have like these really weird uniforms, and it becomes like this fashion statement. But is Team USA favored? Is Team Europe favored? Who's favored in the Ryder Cup this year?
Obviously, know who I'm pulling for, but yes. I'll be honest. In just a couple of days, I kind of like the vibe of the Europeans right now. So I think it's going to be, we have 4 debut players. They only have 1. So they've got guys that have been here before. I don't know. Ask me again on Friday evening.
All right, Coach. Well, you're going to have a blast. We're jealous. Is this one of those jobs where you actually pay to volunteer?
Yeah. This was the most expensive one I ever did. And I think I told you guys, you can't, unless you win the lottery, getting tickets on the secondary market for all 6 days of this thing would probably be somewhere between $7,500 and $10,000. I'm on the course for $380, so every day. Actually, 2 days beforehand.
Yeah, really, just look at it this way. You paid $380 for a polo shirt you're wearing. That's the only way you have to say I paid $380 for a polo shirt.
You can't believe, we are literally like walking billboards for Ralph Lauren, and I'm not kidding you. Let me see if I can find this gal right behind me. Look at the size of the. I'm getting up behind her here. Look at the size. Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at the big polo thing on the back of her.
Gosh.
Yeah, exactly. So we're walking billboards for Ralph Lauren this week. So
are they giving away free polo cologne? Because Lord knows that takes you back to 1986.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen any of that yet.
All right, buddy. Well, enjoy your time. We're jealous, and I know we'd like a report on Friday, but I know you're going to be working, so we may not be able to hear from you again.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I said, the tee times are like 7 o'clock here, which is about the time you guys go, or 7:20, something like that, which is about the time you guys go on air. But I'm going to be sitting in bleachers with 20,000 people, so it might not be possible.
All right, man. Be safe, brother. Thanks for the report. Good reporting too. You could be like a good radio reporter.
I don't know about that, but I try.
Good job, Coach. Thank you so much, buddy.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Coach Hersom joining us live from Bethpage Black, getting ready for the Ryder Cup.
I did like him sneaking up on the lady with the camera, and as Charlie says, he goes, "Look at the size of this."
Look at the size of this.
That's really cool, man. That is super cool that we're able to
It
do
is.
that. Thank you so much, Coach, for that.
We've had Mick on today. We've gone to Bethpage Black in New York. We're going to go to Korea a little bit later on in the show. As Brooks Reynolds, who was on with us last week, was going to Korea, I believe, to find the school that he taught at. We're going to see if he.
Oh yeah, he's going to try to find some of those kids.
Yeah, he's going to try to find kids and teachers in the actual school.
Now he hasn't sent us a photo. I haven't seen a photo from him that says he found somebody, and I think he probably would have. I think if he'd have found somebody, we probably would have got a picture. Because, man, we've had some amazing videos.
Yeah,
Dude,
he's having a culinary.
He was at a sushi restaurant. He sent us this video. It looked like it was a performance. It wasn't a chef. It was an artist performing in front of a crowd.
And it wasn't a hibachi grill. You weren't going to egg roll, dude. No. That's not what it was.
It was meticulous. It was really cool to see.
So that's Brooks coming up right around 7:30. Ross, we were talking about news conferences yesterday and maybe the silliness of them, but they do serve somewhat of a point. Yesterday we learned from Kirk Ferentz that Jazz Patterson is going to be out against Indiana. Xavier Williams also going to be out. So at one point, we were like, when they went out, we're like, okay, there's depth there. Now you
don't
lose
worry.
two.
There's 5 dudes you can throw at this problem.
Look at this problem. Don't worry about Iowa running back. But now you have Xavier Williams out. You have Jazz Patterson out. That leaves Kamari Moulton, who's dealt with injuries so far this year, has missed a game. And then there's still depth there, but unproven depth at running back.
We've seen a couple carries. We've seen a couple carries from those other guys, but nothing in major. Not that I can remember in first half or big moments. They're gonna have to do some. They're gonna have to carry some water on Saturday because, man, Travis, I just don't. This is not a good sign. I really thought that the Hawkeyes were going to have to pound the rock, control the clock. That's how they win this football game. They have to keep Indiana's offense off the field. And this Iowa offense has to have long, sustained drives that wears down that Indiana defense. And the only way that I see this offense doing that is on the ground. I haven't seen that consistency from the passing game. It got better, as we've talked about, and if it gets better, then I do think that you can dink and dunk down the field and do exactly what you need to do. But what would have made it a lot easier was that stable of healthy running backs that you could have continued to throw at the problem.
Because just because you have a pretty decent offensive line doesn't mean you have the same vision as a running back. Doesn't say in certain situations where you're able to see a hole, make a cut, which I think Kamari Moulton I believe does. But Jazz Patterson was Iowa's leading rusher heading into this game, so he's out. And Xavier Williams has capability, but he's also out. So that just leaves Moulton with somebody you're really confident with. Now I was reading Chad Leisterkow this morning, and people are excited about Nathan McNeil. He's the freshman.
Had a couple nice carries.
Yeah, but again, we're not talking great competition. And, of course, Terrell Washington Jr. also part of that running back stable. But you felt better when it was Williams, Patterson, and Moulton on there because you could go 3 deep. Now you're really you got one that's proven and 2 that are like, okay, let's see what you do against better competition. This is I'm going to ask you a question. This is no slight to Iowa State. I don't want Iowa State fans to take this the wrong way. But is Indiana Iowa's toughest test to date?
I mean, and I see what you're saying. I don't want this to be a knock on Iowa State either.
No.
After what we've seen from Indiana last week, yeah. They're angry. Iowa State wanted to win also. Iowa State, that's a rivalry game. That's a huge game. I felt like Iowa had a better puncher's chance in that game. I like the margin of error seems very thin here against Indiana right now. Man, that feels weird to say.
Well, it's like they keep giving Indiana bulletin board material. Not Iowa, But I was perusing some college football websites yesterday, and I think it was either CBSSports.com or it might have been ESPN.com. But it's like, sure, Indiana hasn't played anybody, but are they for real? And I'm like, you don't think Kurt Cignetti is going, hey, guys, they say you – I go, I mean, what do you mean they haven't played anybody? They just beat what was perceived to be the number 9 team in the country.
Right.
But now you're going, well – Maybe it's old Illinois.
See, this is what I hate about the beginning of the year. And we did the same thing with Iowa State, right?
did.
When they beat K-State, everybody's like, well, we don't know how good K-State is. They're a Big 12 team.
They were picked to win the league.
Illinois is a top 10 team in the country, according to people that pay attention. Not having your full stable of running backs is going to hurt. But I do listen. I thought McNeil had even less carries than this. He's had 14 carries on the season, 14 carries and 80 yards. But man, Jazz and Williams are the guys that have been your bell cows. Who has the most carries on this team this year, Travis?
I would say, is it Patterson?
It's Gronowski.
Well, okay. I don't count him as I was coming from a running back position.
I just say that as a way of like. Couple things here. Number one, you still got the guy that has carried the ball across the line of scrimmage more than anybody else. You also have Caden Weegan, who you've handed the ball off to a couple times, so you do have a little bit of a wrinkle in that running game that you can get in there.
Think about what you just said right there, though. For as many years as we were screaming, begging, pleading, on our hands and knees, willing to do sexual acts just to get an Iowa quarterback to be mobile.
Sexual acts to the women we love.
Okay. Yes. But we were like, all Iowa needs is a mobile quarterback. I don't know if I'd ever see a time where the Iowa football team is most carries is coming from a running back. And I don't think that's a good thing. That's not what we're talking about with mobility. Yeah. I don't want my quarterback to be the have the most carries on the football team.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think that's a great sign either, but it is what it is. And you've got some other people there. Again, handed the ball off to Hank Brown a couple times. McNeil's got 14 carries. But Patterson has 34. Williams has 26. Washington has 24.
To me, this is the old cliche. Iowa wins this game by getting Indiana to shoot itself in the foot with penalties, turn the football over, and Iowa special teams is going to win. They're not going to flat out just outscore Indiana. They're not. To me, Indiana's going to have to screw up, and it can happen.
Defense, special teams, those things are going to have to go the Hawkeyes' way. Hawkeyes are averaging almost 5 yards per carry on the season. Now, that's where you got to say, yeah, but look, they played UAlbany and UMass in that group.
Yeah. Just the timing of the injuries is interesting, and
I haven't told you this yet. I'll be doing the sound off Saturday live from northern Wisconsin. Yeah, just this came up yesterday.
So don't come up and pick up the Starlink?
My cousin needs to build a bridge, and so my brother and I are going to go up and help him build a bridge Friday and Saturday.
Love can build a bridge.
Who was that? Was that
That was the Judds. Yeah, that was the Judds.
How did that come about? How did it come about that the mom and daughter sang together, but then Ashley went on to become an actress? Could Ashley sing?
No. I'm sure she can sing, just not as good as Winona and
what's
Naomi.
The other one's name?
Naomi.
Yeah. Yeah. Winona had the red hair.
Didn't Mom have the red hair?
Did they both?
Yeah.
Did they both?
I don't know if
really?
I don't know if it's real red hair. Look at the eyebrows.
I'm googling the
Just can't look anywhere else.
I'm googling the Jugs right now. Oh, Jugs.
The Judds. Not the Jugs, the Judds.
Yeah, they did both have red hair.
Yeah.
I remembered the mom as a brunette for some reason. You know what? Whenever I think of the Judds, you know what I do in my head? I hear, Grandpa.
Tell me about the good old days. But see, that's how you know they were a good group, because we've already have sung 2 of their songs just off of hearing the words Judds.
Give a little love. Oh, yeah, dude. The Judds? I'm down.
I didn't picture you as a builder of bridges, meaning I don't picture you as a handyman. Are you going up to supervise?
So, you know, that's it's funny.
I know you were a handyman in an apartment complex. I know you laid concrete.
I did construction for a while.
Yeah, there's a reason you're probably not doing it anymore.
Yeah, family. I wanted to be friends with my dad and brother, and it wasn't going to work if I continued to work for them. One day I was about to hit my brother in the head with a shovel, and I'm like, I should probably find another line of work.
You're sitting there gripping the shovel. I can put this in the concrete, or I can take it and swing it at my brother's
buddy Tyson
head.
saw it. He saw me grip it, and he was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm angry.
You're going to go to jail. That's 3 to 5
Dude,
right there.
One time, we're pouring concrete, and Brad is just riding my ass, man. Brad's my brother, who I love dearly. He is the absolute greatest guy, and the best big brother a guy could ever have. And he was just trying to get the best out of me and the most out of me. And he was like, "Come on, you got to go harder, got to go harder." And I'd even said to my buddy Josh that day, I was like, "Man, if my brother pushes on me," I didn't want to fight that day. I didn't have that desire to fight. But I was getting angry at him pushing me. And so I said to my buddy, I'm like, "Man, he says one more thing to me, and I'm going to throw on him." And Brad did it again. Bang. And so I stood up, and I'm like, all right. I came at him, and I went to throw a punch, and I had that thing, Travis, of like pulling my punch. I went to hit him, and I was about halfway there, and I was like, I don't want to do this. And I pulled my punch, and I barely made contact with him. I mean, the weakest punch you could ever imagine.
And he laughed at you?
I saw that look in his face like, oh, I'm going to beat your ass. He lit up. He was like, oh, great.
You had your one shot.
Had my one shot. I didn't take it, pulled the punch, got my ass kicked. That's usually, most of the fights I had in my life ended with, got my ass kicked. In fact, all the fights I had in my life.
How many fights have you had in your life?
No, not many.
Yeah.
Not many. Couple.
Yeah.
I made him cry a couple times. Punched him in the nose. I hit him with a bat one time.
So you can't win with your fist. You need shovels, bats, nunchucks.
He's 4 years older than me and still bigger.
It's the bigger thing. Age
Pick on someone your own size. How about that?
At this point, age doesn't matter. It's size that matters. Hey, we want to tell you about the Iowa Lottery VIP Club. What is the VIP Club? The VIP Club is a free club you can join to gain additional benefits from the Iowa Lottery. Of course, the Iowa Lottery, a big supporter of the Rush Radio Show and the Black and Gold Rush. Don't forget about the Iowa Lottery Weekly Woohoo coming up on Friday. And some of those benefits include exclusive promotions like Enter Play It Again promotions for chances to win cash and prizes. Surprise contest. You never know when you're going to receive an email to enter a special contest for free tickets, merchandise, or other prizes. And there's no purchase necessary. You'll get the monthly e-newsletter with a free Iowa Lottery ticket play sent right to your inbox each month. So you're going to get a free Iowa Lottery ticket each and every month just for being a VIP. If you want to become a free VIP club member from the Iowa Lottery, just click or go to iowalottery.com/VIP or download the Iowa Lottery Plus app and follow the instructions. It's simple and it's free. It is the Iowa Lottery. We'll take a break and maybe go to Korea or Japan. I don't know where we're going when we come back on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
I'm loving these wooden nickels, Brian.
Yeah, I suppose everyone is catching on.
Just spend $20 to get a wooden nickel.
It's 25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings on your next purchase.
Some of these are worth $5. That could be huge.
I know, right? That's why you have to spend $20.
It's 25.
Collect 10. It's like money back to you.
Spend 20, you get another wooden nickel.
It's 25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings. It's huge.
Central City Liquors, home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the wooden nickel program.
It's huge.
School is back and summer vacation is over. With a year of school activities and drop-offs ahead, your tires will be working as hard as the students. Performing regular maintenance like tire rotate, balance, and alignment is key to prolonging the life and performance of your tires. And right now, we're offering a back-to-school special $199.95 tire rotate, balance, and alignment to keep you rolling. To schedule an appointment, give us a call or schedule online at willisvolvocars.com.
After Hawkeye football games this fall, Travis and Ross are right where they belong, with you taking your calls and giving unfiltered feedback. Right after Hawkeye football games, it's the Black and Gold Rush on the rushradio.com, the TuneIn app, and on YouTube.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
Hi, I'm Sean McFarland, Service Manager here at Mini of Des Moines. I wanted to take this opportunity to personally invite you to our Willis New Car Show on September 16th. This is your opportunity to visit us in our home for free food, drink, and entertainment. Please visit us on our socials for more details or stop in and speak to any of our associates. We hope to see you there.
Rush, strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
What a busy Wednesday. Of course, we had Mick talking about the Jeep show. We had Coach Hersham live from Bethpage Black talking about the Ryder Cup. We had our on the course correspondent. And now we go international for travel tips. He joined us last week talking about his Iowa pork symposium thing, sister city. But then he was going to Korea to find his school that he taught. I'm just trying to imagine Brooks Reynolds as a teacher. Anyway, did you
Why
find...
do you have so little faith in your friends, dude?
I'm
have
really
a
concerned
lot
by this. Because I know him. And I know his
because
personality.
you said the same thing to me. You're like, I don't see you doing construction or swinging a hammer.
Do you see me doing construction or swinging a hammer?
No, because you've never done it.
But yet I work for a construction company.
You fly a drone for a construction
I
company.
don't fly. I don't even do that anymore. Morning, Brooks. What's up?
Good evening. How you doing?
Good evening.
Brooks, I see you as a teacher of many things. I see you as a teacher, as a life teacher.
That's
Wouldn't
right.
call you life coach.
No, we don't want to go there.
Did you find your school? Have you had a chance to look around?
I found a building. It turns out the school went defunct, I think in like 2008. It's now a hospital clinic, and tried to find a couple of the teachers I taught with. I had pictures. I had some Korean. I had like a little bio of like, hey, I taught here. These were the teachers. Did you know them? Talked to probably 10 different people in that neighborhood. And, it was 25 years ago. So no, I didn't find it, sadly, but I tried. Hey, you always got to try. I never thought I'd be back. That was kind of the interesting thing. It's, it was a little suburb of Busan, South Korea. And, but yeah, no, I tried. So, oh, well, on the next.
Did it look the same or was it like completely different?
The bill, it was, no, I mean, Korea has just boomed in the last 25 years. I mean, the neighborhood, like where the photo I posted on Instagram and Facebook about the beach I was on, just the development, and it's a beautiful beach setting, a boardwalk with, restaurants and stuff. It's so different now. And I on Sunday I tried to find the space and I couldn't find it. I didn't walk down far enough, and then on Monday I walked down further and found the building and walked in and kind of like spent half an hour in this building. And because I remembered it, it's got. But there used to be a McDonald's in the building, but the McDonald's had moved. But yeah, it was. I ate a bunch of great Korean tang suyok, which is actually it's a Chinese dish, but it's sweet and sour pork, and dolsot bibimbap, which is a dolsot in stone bowl, and it's kind of like a rice dish with beef, and hamul paljan, which is a green onion pancake. Just kind of the things that I used to eat because I lived with a family for 2 months, and I ate all Korean food. So, but yeah, that was in Busan, and now I'm in Seoul. I've been in Seoul the last 2 days, and Seoul has been very interesting. There's a blockchain crypto event, and my buddy who's up here, so I was at I had to leave a party because it was so loud. I'm at some club with a bunch of blockchain crypto people, which I have no idea what that stuff is.
Is that a nerd convention?
Basically, I wasn't going to say that, but yes. And these guys are talking. There's 5 of us at dinner, and I only knew 2 of them. And there was a guy from Guatemala that came in for it. There was another guy from Bangladesh that I had dinner with, and then actually, then one of the guys is from Des Moines, Zach Benson. He's a travel influencer, travel blogger, and then this other guy, Kenji's, who's from California. But yeah, it was very interesting to see at least. And they were going to we're going to some riverboat later, or like river party, or I don't know. And so yeah, I got to get back to there in a bit. But yeah, Seoul's great. I mean, a lot of food trends you're seeing that come out of Korea are getting duplicated in the United States. They kind of come to California first because Koreatown in LA is like the largest concentration of Koreans outside of Korea. And I spent a lot of time in LA, and just again, because of my love of Korean food, I try to go there and eat quite a bit. And I've had some very interesting dishes that I can't tell you because we may bring them to the Iowa State Fair. So,
I like that. Dude, you sent us a video. Were you at a sushi restaurant? That's what it looked like to me.
Oh my God. Toboshi Sushi. It was in the Gangnam region of Seoul, which I'm in right now. It was probably one of the top 2 sushi restaurants I've ever been to. I mean, just so amazing. He did, you don't put, it's like, I guess in the States, we kind of drown it in soy sauce and wasabi and, have a big bowl of that. I don't put anything on it. When he would like hand it into my hand, I would then just eat it because that's perfectly sauced. And it was, again, one of the probably top 5 dining experiences of my life. And I've eaten at a lot of great restaurants, and it wasn't that bad. I mean, probably $150 a person, and probably I think it's called an omakase in Japanese. So it was probably 15 different courses.
Listen, I've spent a lot more than $150 for meals that weren't top 5 meals. So
you said that. Now, you're right. You've eaten it a lot. You love food. I mean, you go to J.R. South Fork Ranch during the Iowa State Fair, you understand that Brooke has a love affair with food. Is your top 5 dining experiences, are they fine dining, or is one of it just, are you like Anthony Bourdain and go find like just some hole in the wall that's like, oh my God, this is awesome?
Yeah, I mean, I would say majority are fine dining, but there's been some great food experiences that are not fine dining. Let me try to think of one that's not a fine dining one, or some meal that, well, like I'm at this pizza restaurant in Madison, Wisconsin, and he had this, it had a bombolini, which is like it is a fine dining item, I would say, but it was like a little donut that had a little piece of foie gras on it, but it was at a pizza place. It was this little fig jam and a little balsamic demi-glaze that you got at a pizza place, and that was delicious. I eat a lot of Southeast Asian food, and I eat a dish probably once a week in Des Moines at Rolling Wok. That's a Vietnamese wok fried pork chop and rice and eggs, and it's very basic, and it's served with like a chili sambal sauce. And yeah, I mean, there's some great restaurant, like Taste of Italy, their pita sandwich, P period I period T period A period, which means pain in the ass. I mean, that's one of my favorite sandwiches in the world, and I when I get home, I'll probably have one of those. But yeah, it's not all fine dining.
All right, so culinary experiences are very different all around the world. I saw one of those pictures that you sent us. You guys were eating caviar. Does caviar change from region to region?
Oh yeah.
Does
Oh
it
yeah.
really?
Well, yeah. Well, it's different fish. What kind of fish is it? It's mostly sturgeon, but what kind of sturgeon? There's osseter, which is very good. There's beluga. There's some people eat like salmon roe, which I think is gross. But yeah, caviar is different grades. Yeah, I mean, because some caviar is crazy expensive. And when we were at this caviar rodeo in San Francisco in July, I mean, we were up at the VIP area and they had a kilo of caviar and they were doing walking nacho caviar bar. It was amazing. And that was kind of for the high end. But yeah, there's definitely different grades and different price points and whatnot. But yeah, sometimes it could be a little more fishy. You don't really want. I mean, yes, it is a fishy taste, but it could be a little too pungent. Some caviar is not for everybody. And
I've never had caviar. Have you ever had caviar?
Oh, you
Rob?
will.
I have no, I don't think I've ever had it.
We'll have to change that.
Okay,
We'll have to change that.
I have a feeling you might have some stocked in your house left over from the fair.
No, we ate it all. It doesn't have a large shelf life, and so we had to get rid of it. Like on Sunday, we were taking spoonfuls of caviar, making egg salad sandwiches and caviar, and trying out some dishes. The last couple of days of the fair, we'll kind of try to play around with some food stuffs. Chef Heath and Chef Sarah, and all of our great culinary team at JR's. They kind of we'll play around with things that. Like one year we made these like lobster cakes. We had a bunch of leftover lobster one year, and they were delicious with like a nice Cajun remoulade sauce. And I mean that's the fun part.
Great.
Fun part of owning a restaurant that's only open 18 days a year is you can try some weird stuff and see if it works.
So how long have you been gone, and when are you coming back?
I'm on 2 weeks right now. I got a week left. I head to Japan tomorrow. I've got some meetings in Tokyo. I'm going to a Chiba Latte baseball game on Saturday. That'll be fun. I'm working on a project with an Australian. I mean, sorry, not an Australian. With a Japanese illustrator. So we're working on a project there. And then I'm going to go up to Kofu again on Monday and have some meetings in Kofu with some of my friends with Ijima-san and Kumi, and we've got some fun stuff. You guys should come to Japan next year. Why don't we do that? Skip Tuscany. Let's come to Japan.
Oh, that's tough for me to do. I like
you're an empty nester
he's
now.
Like one of those guys, Brooks, that goes to Disney every year. It's like, hey,
I know.
You know that there's like 9 million other places to visit. No, I found a place I like, and I'm going to stay going there.
But there's nothing wrong with that. At least it's still worldly.
Yeah, there's something wrong with it. Yeah.
Do you stay in the same flat in Tuscany every year?
No, we go to Florence every year. So I'm going in December, then I'm going again in February. I go to Florence, but I usually pick a hotel that I stay at like 3 different hotels. I mean, I kind of stay at the same places, but I'll rotate just based on price.
Right.
I'm
Travis, I'm messing with you. I love the fact that you go there. You found some place you're comfortable with. You
for the
love
record,
it.
I have been to the Czech Republic, so I spent a week in the Czech Republic. But even when we were in the Czech Republic, which is Anjanette's homeland, as she likes to say, we found ourselves going, we can't wait to get to Tuscany.
My homeland.
I did that just for Ross because he's like, "You're American. You're American."
Well, I'm sure she was from the Czech Republic at some point in time, and
right
before that, she was from somewhere else.
Anjanette is a saint.
She's a
she
saint.
can do no wrong.
I love her very much, but
Saint Anjanette.
This does crack me up when people are like, "Yeah, my family's from Switzerland."
Yeah.
Okay.
Brooks put out a social media post the other day that said, "Happy birthday to my 6th favorite justice." I mean, so I went all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's a very. I mean, you're lucky you're 6th.
Wait till Owen gets married, then you go to 7th.
I know.
When I was going to put your mom in front of you, but I've only got a couple hugs out of her.
And she's dead now.
Yeah.
She's still up there, right there.
Right.
Damn. Oh man, Brooks, you're living the life. You got some state fair food ideas. Is it going to be like in the $300-$400, or is it going to be in the affordable range? Because you're going to be the first one to hit that $1,000 food item at the state fair. I'm convinced of that.
No, we want to have our like whatever we have for our new fair food contest item. We try to keep it that $9-$10 range. Or our chicken pickle ranch rocket was $9, and we try to have that kind of be our price point, entry point. And then, yeah, we'll probably have something that's very, very high end, high roller, but why not? I mean, again, it's something to talk about. It's something to kind of get people's, to chirp about it. And then they'll, we may sell one, we could sell 100. You never know. So again, and that's what's fun about the Iowa State Fair. It's not a year-round restaurant. It's 11 days.
So you sent us some pictures of it looked like Wagyu beef. I don't know if it was Wagyu or not.
Yeah,
but in Korea, is beef bigger than pork?
Oh, pork is more consumed just because it's a lower price point. But we were at this Hanwoo beef charcoal restaurant tonight. It was amazing. It was some of the best beef I've ever had. Similar to Kobe, similar to Wagyu. Heavy marbling, you grill it right in front of you. And actually two of the guys I was with, they are Korean. So like they were basically doing everything for us. And, I've been eating so much like, gochujang and sengyup and like the fermented bean paste and garlic. And it's just, my flatulence has been very pungent to say the least. And, yeah, it's the food here is great. There's some two great, Korean barbecue restaurants in Des Moines now, K-Pot and Dozo Korean barbecue. And if you've never been there, go to one of those restaurants and experience it. It's such a different, flavor profile than your normal, grilling a ribeye at Jesse's Embers or 801 or, Prime and Providence or something like that. But yeah, it's delicious.
What time is it there?
It's 9:45 at night.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the sun hitting the shade behind you, but all right.
No, no, I'm at a coffee bean right now, drinking a mango banana smoothie.
So so you're not going to bed? You're going out after this?
I might go out. I don't know. I'm an old man now, tired, hanging out with all these youngsters. They're all in their 30s.
Up with you, man.
They want me to go clubbing. They want me to go to the club. I don't know if I want to go to the club.
Is Yoshi behaving?
I left Yoshi. On the last time I saw Yoshi was Friday.
Oh, wow.
Friday?
Okay.
Yeah, she actually got sick on Saturday.
Oh.
We were supposed to do dinner in Kobe, Japan, but she got sick. So she actually just flew home. She's been probably right over the Pacific somewhere now, probably over Hawaii. She left tonight at 5. But yeah, we had a great time. That conference was the Sister Cities International Summit in Isumi Sano, Japan, and just made a lot of great contacts. And we've got I could probably announce it now, but we've got a sake event on November 21st at West End Salvage for the Japan American Society of Iowa, which is sake tasting. And we've got Japanese street food. One of my buddies, Jason Ansley, actually won the best new food item at the celebration event for the Japan American Society. So again, it's just Japanese street food, Japanese sake, some highballs, some Yamanashi wines. Come learn about the way of Japanese arts. So we're going to have some shodo, which is Japanese calligraphy, ikebana, which is the art of Japanese floral arrangements. And then and then a Japanese tea ceremony. So just learning more about Japanese culture and cross-cultural, stuff.
I love the quote that you sent us this morning, Brooksy. I actually saved this in my photos. It's from Anthony Bourdain. Travel is not reward for working; it's education for living.
That's right.
I love it, buddy. Thank you so much for
buddy.
bringing us along on these, man. It's so
anytime.
Awesome,
Thank you for giving me the platform to blow
bet,
my
buddy.
smoke. So
Anytime.
I appreciate it, you guys.
Anytime.
All right, guys.
You're the best, buddy.
All right,
Say hi to Dan Jeanette. I love you.
I will.
All right.
Brooks Reynolds joining us live from Korea. Man. A lot of us live vicariously through Brooks. And that's okay. He gets to have those travel experiences. And we just go.
Okay. The photo he posted of him standing on that same beach. Did you see that, Trav? There was it was like a time lapse deal where he had one from back in the early 2000s and then one from today, standing on the same beach with the same mountain in the background. His first one, it was snow covered.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very cool.
We were talking injuries last segment about the Iowa football team. Iowa State, of course, had the week off. Matt Campbell talked yesterday about coming back after a bye week. The rhythm is going to be maybe the hardest adjustment. But Kyle Conrad, the kicker, is going to miss this game, Ross. Anytime you lose a kicker, one who's kicked who's been as good as he has been. And, Arizona's unbeaten. They haven't played Arizona since 1968, so we don't really, have a recent history with them. But, man, special teams such an important part. There's got to be even though you can say you have full confidence in your backup, that's fine. But for the longest time, it seemed, kickers plagued Iowa State. You finally get one that you're like, this is my guy. This is my guy.
And he has been. He's been.
Yes.
He's hit huge kicks. Game winner over Iowa in his very first. Well, not very first kick. Remember, he missed his first kick against Iowa, but then made that game winner against the Hawks last year. Had a couple big ones against the Hawks again this year. The dude has been money, and I think you hit on the head, Travis. When you've been a fan base that has been burned by that specific position as often as Iowa State has, you finally get some stability there and feel like you've got the guy that can hit those big kicks. Hopefully tomorrow or Saturday, it doesn't even come down to that.
Yeah.
And I do think Iowa State wins this football game. I think it's probably is it a touchdown spread?
No, I thought it was 3.5.
Wow. I guess Arizona is undefeated.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's 3.5.
I was a little bit more confident when I thought it was like a 6-7 point spread. The fact that they think it could be a field goal game and you don't have your guy that can kick those big field goals. I have no idea about the backup, and so I'll just I will wait and see. But that's a loss certainly.
While we're talking about injuries, heading in after last week, and these are just odds, so we're throwing these out there. John Mateen from Oklahoma was the odds-on favorite to win the Heisman Trophy. And we come to find out that Mateen broke his hand against Auburn. He's having surgery today in L.A., and now the Oklahoma quarterback, who has been a big reason Oklahoma's undefeated, a big reason Oklahoma's in the top 10, is going to be out for at least a month. If you're Brent Venables, you're like, I did everything I was supposed to do to get this offense turned around. I brought in the right quarterback, and then boom. Now, they got this week off, and they play Kent State before they get into the SEC season, but timing really bad. And you know who goes to the odds-on favorite this morning to win the Heisman Trophy? Mendoza from Indiana.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge loss, man. That's big for Venables, big for Oklahoma. And again, I don't know anything about the backup, so we'll see how good he is. And you do have a couple weeks. That's a nice thing. You got a bye week. You got Kent State to get things right and get it moving. Taman Lipsey was another injury news yesterday.
Yeah.
Lipsey can
leg injury, right?
4 to 6 weeks, right? And they start the season in about a month.
Yeah. But the problem is you're going to miss a lot of practice time in it.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
yeah. Yep. Probably take some time off, and I would imagine it'll be a walk back into that, that 30 minutes, 35 minutes of playing time. I would think that you take some time during that non-conference schedule. But, man, their non-con's pretty tough.
It is.
They've got dudes throughout that non-con, too. Yeah, so that'll be that. I don't think it's not nearly as big of a loss of Lipsey as it is for Mateen because it's mid-season. He's going to be gone for a while. Lipsey's going to be back before you really get into conference play.
Well, I actually feel sorry for Brent Venables here because you're talking about a guy that was probably on the hot seat. Oklahoma didn't have the year ahead last year. He went and got the dudes. He went and got a dude that is a difference maker, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, my dude's gone for a month in college football is a long time. And again, they have Kent State coming up. I don't know if you're pulling up their schedule or not, but
I can do that.
Wondering what they get through, or then they have Texas after that. So they go Kent State, then Texas in the Red River rivalry, or if us old schoolers still call it the Red River Shootout, but can't do that anymore because people get mad.
I got it up in front of me.
So Kent State, Texas. Dude. The fact that you just said dude tells...
I'm sorry. Every time you pull up an SEC schedule, every time, we can have these kind of... The Big Ten is fantastic. The Big Ten has all of those amazing teams at the top of the top 25. It's fantastic, and I love that it's that way. But, dude, let me go through this for you. 5 of the last 6 teams that they play are ranked.
Oh, God.
5 of the last 6.
And
the lowest ranked one is 20, Missouri. So here's what it goes. You got bye week, Kent State at home, Texas at home. And then
that's in Dallas.
Oh, in Dallas. Okay. And then at South Carolina.
That's a winnable game. Winnable game.
Yes, it is. Then you host Ole Miss. Then you play at Tennessee and at Alabama.
Ooh.
Then you host Missouri and you host LSU to end the season. You're going to be dogs in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those games, probably. Maybe 6. You're 4-0 with a win over Auburn, and you might be underdogs in 6 of your last 8 games.
Now, if they had Mateen, they may be favored in a couple of those. But
and
that changed,
and he could be back, right? They think
in a
he'll
month.
Be out a month.
They're saying in a month. Now, think about it. You have a broken hand. You're going to have surgery. Are you going to be 100%?
Mateer. I'm sorry.
Mateer. I'm sorry. I keep saying Mateer. Sorry, my bad.
Trav, dude. So you're coming back. All right, week off. Kent State. Host Texas at South Carolina. Maybe you're back for that game out South Carolina. But you've got to get him back for that final stretch, dude. 5 straight games against top 20 teams. You better be full strength. If not, you've had the injury that. What does it mean for Venables?
I think he gets
the long leash,
the longer leash
because of these things.
Yeah, because that's out of his control, right? Now, they're going to say, well, you need to make sure you have a backup. In today's world, it's hard to have a high-priced backup who's going to be able to perform for you because if he's that good, he's going to be starting at another Division I school.
If you have Mateer back, you're favored at home against Ole Miss, favored on the road at South Carolina. What about that Texas game?
I think they'll be
back. He won't be back.
He won't be back. They'll be an underdog against Texas.
Okay.
Missouri possibly favored.
At home,
Yeah.
could be favored there. I'm not sure about at Tennessee at Alabama.
No, I don't think you're favored at Tennessee or Alabama.
And then home against LSU. Long way between now and then. It could be 2 totally different teams playing by there.
But look at even what we're doing subconsciously, or not even subconsciously. This is why the SEC is saying, this is why we need some guaranteed playoff spots. This is why we want 4 guaranteed playoff spots, because every time we read the schedule, we go, look at Murderer's Row.
Hey, did you see the Paul Feinbaum thing that was floating around yesterday?
Real quick.
We'll find it and play it tomorrow because it deserves a longer conversation. He basically says, hey, I'm not going to threaten the NCAA, but I know the people that are running the SEC, and you better bow to them or else. I'll find that clip and send it to you. We'll play it tomorrow. We'll try to dissect exactly what he's talking about there and what he means, because it's a threat. It definitely was like, hey, you better show up correct for the SEC or else.
All right. What a fun show today. Thanks to Mick for coming on. Thanks to Coach Hersom. Thanks to Brooks. Thank you for watching.
Wednesday over. The week's flying.
Oh, and we got another busy day tomorrow. So let's have a little bit of fun on Thursday. We're back at 6 a.m. on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
It's Body Armor. Real hydration with electrolytes. No artificial dyes and coconut water. Choose better. Body Armor.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know. El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
Are you thinking about buying a home this year? Start by getting pre-approved with Gary Presnall at Northwest Bank in Des Moines to see how much you can qualify for and what loan programs meet your needs. Gary can get you pre-approved in 30 minutes or less with a pre-approval letter to you. Gary offers first-time first-time homebuyers programs, VA loans along with FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
After Hawkeye football games this fall, Travis and Ross are right where they belong, with you, taking your calls and giving unfiltered feedback. Right after Hawkeye football games, it's the Black and Gold Rush on therushradio.com, the TuneIn app, and on YouTube.
It's September in Iowa, and that means the Cyhawk game. And while you do have to choose between two teams,
go Hawks, by the way,
you don't have to choose between good service and competitive pricing. For the month of September, we have one of our best service packages for $299.99. This includes oil change, tire rotation, brake fluid exchange, and additives. Get your Nissan tailgate ready with Willis Nissan. Schedule online or visit us online at willisnissan.com.
Bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bakery, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking.
Looking for the perfect golf escape? Experience links-style golf right here in Ames at Coldwater Golf Links. With rolling fairways, large greens, and unique routing, it's golf the way it's meant to be played. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, you'll love our course's welcoming atmosphere and friendly staff. Grab your clubs, book a tee time, and make every round unforgettable. Coldwater Golf Links, where great golf leads to great memories. Visit coldwatergolf.com to book your round today.
Back to the Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.